Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.
This is Umar AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. 48 hours to go. Joe seems very confident and in brilliant shape.
Yeah, he is. He's in great shape. He's in good spirits. He's just ready to fight now. This fight's been lingering on, hasn't it, since February? So he's ready to go now.
Yeah. Respectful at the start. A little bit of a tension at the end where Joe was like, "Respect your elders."
Yeah. He's in fight mode, isn't he? He's relaxed. You saw, I think, if you look at the two of them, you look who was the most relaxed. It was obvious. Joe was way more relaxed than he was. Joe's been here before. He's been on the Olympic. He's been in an Olympic final. Do you know what I mean? He's been on these big stages before. I know he's fought Nathan Gorman, but that fight with Nathan Gorman wasn't. It's not fighting Joe Joyce on the biggest stage. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great fight. He's ready to go. Joe's ready to go. You're going to get a blockbuster heavyweight fight on Saturday.
We know Joe's strengths going into this: his chin, his endurance, his engine, punching power. Another aspect about Joe is that he's fought world-class opposition, the best in the amateur game, and some world-class wins under his belt in the professional ranks. But Daniel said in there that everyone he's fought in the professional ranks past their primes. Thoughts on that?
Well, if the people he's fought there past their primes, the people he's fought were living in the dinosaur ages. You know what I mean? Frank was talking about Kevin Johnson being a former world title challenger. Yes, that was 20 years ago. Kevin Johnson was past his prime when he fought Tyson Fury. He was, and that's if we're going to go on to that. Brian Jennings is not past it. Brian Jennings has beat a lot of heavyweights at the moment. He's a good, solid fighter. If you ask anybody that sparred Brian Jennings, they know how hard he is to fight. So Joe's fought Ustinov, Bermane Stiverne. Yeah, Bermane Stiverne was large when he came into the fight, but it was still Bermane Stiverne. You saw him swinging, and Joe battered him, didn't he?
Would it be fair to say though that for either men this would be their best win?
What? Oh, in the pros?
In the professional rank?
God, absolutely, absolutely. It's the biggest win. It's a huge fight for both of them because there's big stakes, isn't there? Whoever wins this fight takes mandatory position in the WBO, which is huge for both.
I think people do overlook that Brian Jennings win though. They do.
Oh, massively. Brian Jennings was coming. He told me all week off camera. He goes, "This is the biggest mistake you've ever made."
Well, in the first round, we all thought the same.
Yeah, listen, Joe was messing around in the first round. He was swinging his arm around, and you learn from your mistakes. Joe's been there, 12-round distance with Brian Jennings. He's been hurt. He's passed those tests. We've seen Daniel Dubois get shook up when he fought Richard Lartey. We saw what Fabio Wardley did to Richard Lartey the other week.
Sam, talk me through the situation with Ismael Salas, who is now tested positive for COVID-19.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but we're just getting on with it. One thing I do know is if this would have happened the other way around and Martin Bowers would have tested positive, this fight wouldn't be going ahead. But Joe's experienced. He's ready. He's ready for this night. Steve Broughton's very, very more than capable. When Salas came back from America, we kept him separate, just on the possibility of him failing a test, and luckily we did that, and we took the right precautions, and luckily the fight's still going ahead.
Yeah, that is the main thing. Joe will have Stephen in his corner, also Jimmy Tibbs.
Along with Jimmy Tibbs, who's got ridiculous amounts of it. There's no more experienced coach than Jimmy Tibbs, so we're in a good place.
Yeah, and the British board have cleared this fight. This fight is on. We just confirmed that. Disappointed with the situation with Ismael though?
Yeah, of course. Listen, of course you are. But what we're going to do? We're not going to. As I said to Joe, we all sat down together yesterday. What we're going to do? Sit around and cry about it, or call the fight off?
Were you considering calling the fight off?
No chance. Joe wouldn't do that. Joe, no, absolutely not a doubt. We have to remember the fighter's the boss in this situation. No chance. Didn't even cross his mind.
Does it affect his chances on Saturday night?
No, it doesn't affect his chances on Saturday night. As I say, it's not an ideal situation, but Joe Joyce is still Joe Joyce, and we believe our man's going to beat Daniel Dubois on Saturday.
Whenever I've spoken to you on camera and off camera in the lead up to this fight, extremely confident you are. But are the nerves kicking in?
Umar, I was nervous when Joe fought Rudolf Jozic at your call. I'm nervous at every fight, so it makes no There's no secrets behind me. I'm in a mess on the lead up to fights, but that's just because. But with all my fighters, but this fight's got a special feeling about it, and there's big stakes. But I believe in him. I really believe in him, and Joe's not been given the respect that he really does deserve from the people within boxing do, because they realise what it takes to win the medals he's won as an amateur, took the challenges on as a pro in the early stages that he has done, but he's ready to go.
What would your message to people at home, boxing fans, etc., be, considering Joe is 3-1 against?
4-1 in some.
Yeah.
So look at Umar's getting his phone out ready for Bet365. I saw it on Bet365. He was 4-1.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're giving him journeyman odds, aren't they?
Is that a bit insulting?
It's up to them. People are going to have a good Christmas who've bet on Joe.
Okay, listen, Sam Jones, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Is there anything you'd like to add ahead of Saturday night?
No, mate. Cheers, mate. Nice watch.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.